Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Exos Delta Mini Pendant. It's an awesome fixture. So this is a triangular fixture, if you're not familiar with it. It's the 188100, and it uses these kind of concave pieces of glass in a triangle. Really, really pretty. Glass is made in Connecticut. It's all handmade and really gorgeous stuff on its own. Let's get into details. So, height of the fixture itself, and this is going to be from the bottom of the fixture to where these telescoping rods start, is 4.2 inches tall, and then it's an 8-inch triangle. Once you add these telescoping rods, if you guys aren't familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod system in the lighting industry. There's a little set screw here. This is called a clutch, that part right there. This slides into this. Once you get this to where you want it to be, you just tighten the set screw and it keeps it locked into place so it's not going to go up and down anymore. You're going to notice on the pull down menu on the right hand side of the screen, you're going to have 3 different ranges. Remember, telescopes, so you get ranges, range, and you got to choose one of 3. And now we're measuring bottom of the fixture to ceiling, 28 to 36.5. That's the short. Standard is 35 to 43.5. Long is 42 to 50.5. If you need shorter than the short or longer than the long, we do customs every single day. So just email us and tell us what you're looking for. It adds a little time, adds a little money. Not returnable, but like I said, we do them all the time. Top of this is going to be using a 5-inch, it's actually a 5.25-inch canopy. It's going to go over a 4-inch junction box. It has a bracket in the back. Great way to see a lot of details on this is to, if you're on the page for this on our website, under those pull-down menus, scroll down and you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Click on that link for me. Those are all the installations instructions that are going to be in the box for this. Lots of great drawings and detail information. It's going to show you how this all goes together, how this works, how this canopy goes on your junction box, the lamping setup using the socket setup like this, all these great little details. This is also slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. So at the very top of this, where this stem meets the canopy, is a knuckle, and it lets it bend just like that. So this is your slope ceiling at 45. It's going to bend and hang straight. It's going to be perfect. Also fine for flat. So there you go. So why don't we move on to lamping on this. Hubbardton Forge says that this is a halogen fixture. This was designed before there were a lot of LEDs available for this G9 socket. It's a porcelain G9 socket. It's going to ship with a 60-watt, a little 60-watt halogen bulb, which is dimmable. It's a dimmable fixture. You never want to touch with your bare hands a halogen bulb. It'll diminish the life of the bulb. So let's move on to the LED thing about this. Oh, one little thing too. It's also going to have this little bulb shield too. And this is going to be on your parts list in those installations instructions. What this does is it keeps dust off of the halogen bulb. So once you put it all together, you just screw this onto the socket. The socket is threaded, and it just kind of keeps it, well, it keeps it nice and clean of dust. Halogen bulbs don't like dust as well. It also shields your eyes from the glare of the bulb. So even if you put in a clear bulb down the road, this would do a nice job of just shielding that. So now let's talk about LED. So there's a lot of LEDs that have come on the scene since this thing has come out, and you can find them on the internet. You could probably find them at your local hardware store too, but there's so many out there in the world that will fit onto this, and there's really no limit to what you put into it as far as an LED goes. The longest LED I found is about these two here, the ones right on these guys, and that's not very long. It's not going to poke out of the glass or anything like that. This is a 75-watt equivalent LED. This is probably a 60-watt equivalent LED. This is a phosphorus one. These are the kind of the ones that have the orange strip inside. And this is another one. These have these orange lines inside. That's coated phosphorus that glows when light hits it. These are the older version cob LEDs that are still out in the market. They still work great, and they have all these facets of little LED pads. So it's really up to you what you guys put into this. You can choose your color temperature. Like I said, there's no limit when you get into LEDs. It's just, it's let your heart run wild out on the internet, okay? So, and you are fine to go. And then you don't actually even have to use this because LEDs don't even need protection. They're already shielded. So you are fine. It's downward facing too, inside of this light. So in the bottom of the triangles are open, so you're going to get great unobstructed light, good task lighting down on your counter or whatever you guys are doing. If you're putting in a kitchen island, it's going to be perfect. So now let's go on to glass. You're going to have 3 different types of glass to play with here: amber swirl, white art, and topaz. So amber swirl to me is kind of like a light butterscotch taffy color. So you can see that next to me. White art glass is just a white glass with a little bit of a swirl to it. Topaz it looks 2 different ways when it's off. So when it's off, it looks like root beer, basically. And that's like a really dark brown. When it's on, it's absolutely beautiful, like the setting sun. So just kind of remember, during a lot of the time during the day, you're going to have these off, so it's going to be brown looking. But when it's on at night, it is stunning to look at as far as that kind of setting sun goes. Excuse me. So now let's talk about finish. If you're on our website, over on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs, there's a Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video at the top of that. It's me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forge finishes and how they look on different types of forging. Scroll down and you're going to see a chart, and that chart is going to be showing you all the finishes you can get on this. I'm going to be talking about that chart in the video, so watch the video, use the chart. When you're done with all that, go back to that chart and you can click on any of those pictures. A bigger window will pop up and it's going to show you different things in whatever finish you guys just clicked on. Okay, so you're good to go there too. So let's talk about showroom. We have this on display on the 2nd floor of our showroom, and I think we have it in that topaz glass. We have a What's on Display page. It's on the left-hand side of your screen in the red tab, so check that out. Like I said, over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures. Nobody's got anything like this. Hubbardton doesn't have anything like this. They use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont. Showroom is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we are the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Nobody else does that. Some bigger items don't come back, big things on pallets and custom things. However, like I said, we're the only dealer that will let you have these things for 90 days. It's 3 months after you get them, so it's great if you're doing construction and you're kind of planning ahead into the future. After that, why don't we talk about, well, we talked about showroom, we talked about that. Oh, a couple things. So we have a clearance center here in Vermont at our showroom. That stuff is 75% off MSRP. Bring your ceiling measurements. Measure your ceiling for real. Don't guess. Do it before you come, because you're going to really need to know that when you go through the clearance stuff. That stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. And then we also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's how you get all the finishes and stem lengths and glass options. Excuse me. Normally takes 3 to 4 weeks to get out. We can cut that time in half, and it's very inexpensive. So just drop me a quick email, and you are good to go there too. So any other questions? Just email or call. We'd love to see you here in Vermont, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.